I'm back. I am back for more processing on the motherfucking internet. Because why the fuck not? Because why the fuck not? I don't know. And I decided to do it on my YouTube. I feel like this stuff doesn't stays on what stays on YouTube lives forever. I don't know. But y'all, I today has been one of those days. And actually the past like 48 hours has just been one of these times where I don't know, maybe the whole week. I want out of my head. I want out of my head. I want out of my head because here's where I've been. Here is where I have been here lately. And here's this okay. So this is where I'm at. I have these thoughts that go in my head. And here's the part of healing that they don't tell you about. They tell you, you know these thoughts. You lived with these thoughts. You've lived with them for years and years. And for some of us, decades. We have lived with these thoughts. And those thoughts were normal. Those thoughts, the feeling bad was normal. The feeling bad, the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts, the feelings of unworthiness, the thoughts of being unlovable, all of these thoughts, all of these thoughts were normal to us. And we convinced ourselves that was just our personality. That was just who we are. That was just life. We were here on the totem pole, bottom rung. It's fine. It's okay. But when you start doing the healing, when you start doing all this process, when you start doing all this work, when you start actually fucking doing the work, you realize I'm a motherfucking catch. I know I'm a motherfucking catch. I am good looking and I am smart and I am talented and I'm hot and I'm a great lay. I'll even say that too. And today I found out I have perfect boobs. My breasts are like super. They're medically perfect. Like for real. Like I know I am amazing. But then why is it in my head? I know these things. Why is it I feel something completely different? Why are all of these intrusive thoughts that have been sitting here and swirling around in my brain for days? Why all of a sudden do they just want to pop their friendly little head up? Why? I want out of my head. I want out of my head. You don't stop. You don't stop having the intrusive thoughts. You don't stop having the bad thoughts. You don't stop those thoughts. Those thoughts are there. And you just learn how to navigate around them. And the worst part of all of this healing stuff is like, I know these thoughts aren't real. Why? Like, why am I sitting here feeling not good enough? Why am I sitting here and it's just like my hyper independence and my brain is on overdrive of unworthiness? I don't know why. Maybe it's from last week. Maybe last week, was it last week? Maybe last week when I had my meltdown and I had that thought in my head and I thought to myself, okay, oh, and I might as well check to see if my microphone's okay. Cool. So, sorry. So, okay, maybe it was like when my hour and a half like long diatribe, it's just like maybe that really did break me. Maybe it broke everything loose. It shook everything loose, and I don't know. Like I was talking today, and I was talking about maybe submitting some stuff for my podcast, like, cause, at the local comic book convention, they have a place where you can stream or do your podcast live from there. And I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, what would I talk about? That's like old me. That's me feeling like I'm not, like, I don't know. Maybe my mom wrote me a letter. I got it in the mail yesterday. I mean, I think maybe that's what sort of set off my bad day today, like my bad head day today. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I apparently no contact just means no email and text messages, but it's okay to send letters. What the fuck? I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I I'm somebody who people like being around. And they tell me that all the time. Why is it I feel why is it that I feel like nobody wants me? And see, that's the whole bullshit of it all. And I have learned because of my trauma and my mother and, a good Southern upbringing, I've learned to mask all of that. And I so desperately like it, and it's this, and this is what's so frustrating is because I am feeling all of these bad thoughts, bad feelings, bad emotions. I am feeling all of these things, and I'm not saying anything. I am not saying anything to anyone. And maybe that's why I'm streaming this out in the void. And I know no one will watch it. And, okay, fine. But at least I'm saying something. And I desperately want somebody to notice. But that's like the old habit too. That's the old habit that I used to do because I used to pretend like everything's fine and then wonder why nobody would check in on me. I I want out of my head. I I want I want to stop. I want somebody to notice. But that's on me. That's on me. They don't notice if I don't say anything. But that is also the thing that I want out of my head about because I'm sitting here going, I'm feeling these things. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling all of these things. I'm feeling all these feelings and emotions and thoughts. And at the same time, I'm going, I don't want to be a burden and I don't want to bother anyone. And so I try not to. And it sucks. I don't know if anybody ever told you that, but it fucking sucks. I don't I'm fun. I'm fun. I'm fun to be around. I like to laugh. I don't want to be a burden. And in my head, I think it's this perpetual, deep, awful cycle that I go through is that I feel a certain way. And at first it isn't bad. It isn't bad. It's not bad. It's intrusive thoughts, it's catastrophic thinking, it's all those wonderful things that the glitter gets a little shaken up in your head. And usually I'm pretty good at managing those. But sometimes those little shits get through. Those little negative thoughts just get through and they just burrow in there. And then it starts to get irritated, just like any other irritant, and it gets infected and then it just takes over your entire brain. So here I am and I'm feeling these things and I'm thinking these thoughts and I think maybe it's just like I just want to connect with someone. I don't want to be the person that is drama because I see the drama. I see the drama. and how miserable it makes the people around them. I see those people who are just constant drama, constant problems, my mother being one of them. But I mean, I see these people who are just constant victimization and drama. And I don't want to be the drama. And that's my trauma. That's my trauma because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be a problem. I don't want to be a problem. And I learned growing up that any feelings were an inconvenience. I needed to smile and be okay and learn to laugh when you learn to laugh when you don't want to. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm finally processing. I don't know. Sorry. Um look. Oh God. I don't I apologize a lot for just existing. I'm sorry all the time. It's all the time. I apologize for just existing and I don't want to do that. I want out of my head. I want out. That's the part. It's like I've done some healing and I know that this is bad and I don't like this feeling and I know that this isn't healthy and I know this isn't normal. This is not normal. How I am thinking is not healthy and it is not normal. And I want out of my head. And the hardest part is that nobody can pull me out of my head except for me. Urgh. I just want out of my head. I sorry. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and not do that. I don't want to be drama. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to make people stressed out and I don't want so my overcompensation for that and my way of making sure that I am not a burden to the people I love and I care about is I smile and I laugh and I learn how to sparkle. And I know that that's not healthy. I know that. I mean, they tell you, fake it till you make it. Well, it's not always the case. Sometimes you shouldn't fake it. Actually, you should never fake it, but trauma. I hate feeling. And I think that this is because of my upbringing. I think it's because of I was always taught somebody else's problems are bigger and more important than yours. Somebody else's has it worse than you, so you don't matter. And that's how I feel. Somebody is going through worse than you and you should put them first and that has to do with religious trauma and that also has to do with my upbringing at home. But somebody else has worse problems than you. So suck it up and smile and deal with it. And if you can't deal with it, then just suck it up. But here's the truth. Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I'm okay. Just because I'm smiling. Some days I smile so I don't cry. Some days I am very sad. Some days the monsters in my head beat me up. And some days I desperately want to tell people, but I don't want to bother them. I don't want to bother anyone. In my head, there are days where I'm just going, please notice, please. And nobody does, because here I am and I am so wonderful. I'm putting on the mask. And then because nobody notices, because I'm so good at putting on the mask, then it manifests these annoying little fucking passive aggressive like comments and actions, and it's stupid. It's stupid. I am not this motherfucking person. But I can't escape the thoughts that my problems aren't that bad. So what do I have to complain about, right? The shit is just, it's just in my head. Right? It's not real. The monsters in my head. By the way, everybody, I'm a visual person. If you haven't noticed, I'm a graphic artist. I'm a graphic designer. I create things. So since I was little, how I have dealt and coped with my depression and anxiety and all the trauma and all this stuff is that I created these creatures in my head. Most of them have fur, in case you want to know, and teeth. And they're bright colored. I don't know why. You feel like depression in my head wouldn't be bright colored, but it's what it is. I guess bright colors can be depressing. Sometimes the monsters in my head win. And sometimes they don't. And I have to understand, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. I want out of my head. The monsters have beat me up for the past few days. In case anybody hasn't noticed, I'm a little mentally and emotionally beat up. And by little, I mean a lot. And that's honest. And maybe no one will see this, but at least I said it out loud, right? I I I went out of my head because I've fallen back. Like I caught myself several times today falling back into some annoying habits. They're not bad habits. I mean, they are bad in its essence, but not like bad as in like, drinking an entire bottle of liquor or, whatever. But bad habits like self-doubt, self-deprecation, um having the voice in my head telling me I'm not worthy and I'm not as good as or somebody deserve like I want out of my head. I don't know if anybody else has ever felt like that, but on my healing motherfucking journey of all of these things, I went out of my head. Or at the very least, can we pen up these monsters and just can we can we sedate them? I don't know. I took my limit of my antidepressants today. I can't like I literally like I don't know. I can't sedate them today. Today I couldn't sedate them. Usually I can keep them at bay, but today the monsters in my head were winning and I hate that feeling. And I disassociated with my head. I disassociated today and I literally put on the mask. Then the monsters need a good flogging. Shut up, Sean. No, I need a good flogging. And see, that's where the flogging and impact play, that's where it comes in, is that when I feel like shit, that is how it releases it releases all the good feel good chemicals. And for those of you who aren't masochists like me, so it is a healthy coping mechanism. I need my ass beat. And in a fun, kinky way, not in the bad way. Like, I don't need to catch these hands outside. Like, but, Oh, thank you, Friends in Code. Yeah, welcome to my what does I say on that TikTok? Hello, and welcome to Nerd Mom Ace. We have a great show for you today. It's a fucking train wreck, and here I am. Like, choo choo. I hate this feeling. I hate it the most right now. And I hate it because when ignorance is bliss, when you are just feeling bad all the time, you figure out ways how to cope and to deal and how to survive. You learn how to survive in the bad mental health state. You learn fight or flight. You learn how to survive, whatever you have to do to survive. And so when you're not healing, when you haven't done the work, when you don't know any better, you just survive. And that's okay. Like, you just survive. But when you start healing, when you start understanding that this mindset is not okay, that this treatment, the way these people treat you is not okay, the way you're feeling because of your intrusive or catastrophic thoughts is not okay. When you come to the realization and the glass shatters and you realize this is not okay, you're no longer in survival mode. You're not in survival mode. You are trying to fix them. You are trying to fix them. So when these feelings and monsters like crawl up and get in your fucking head again, and you're like, this is not okay. I thought you like it's an ant infestation. I thought I got rid of you. Call the orchid man. I don't know. Not sponsored by Orkin. And Daddy YouTube doesn't, whatever. But it's, I'm healing. I'm healing. So I know what these thoughts are. So I'm not surviving. It's just, oh shit, here they are. Now what do I got? Now I got to go through all the steps to do and the things and the. I know none of that made sense. It didn't make any sense to me. It's just, I don't know. When you know it's not healthy, when you know it's not bad, I feel like it almost makes it worse. You know, it almost makes it worse because I know in my head, I know on one part, I am worthy. I am strong. I'm a catch. I'm a motherfucking catch. Like I'm amazing. I know that. I realize that, and due to some trauma and a lot of genetics, I and a lot of life lessons, I'm amazing. I'm pretty good. I'm quirky and I got a little odd things, and sometimes you have to kick the tires to make sure that they're still inflated, but I'm amazing. Why don't I know that. I know that. But then why don't I feel amazing? Why don't I feel like anybody loves me or appreciates me or even just wants me around? Why do I feel that way? Why? I don't understand. Like that's the thing, is I know I know these things, but I don't feel that way. And so when they tell you, okay, is what you're feeling real? And if it's not real, then why are you like, what thoughts are leading to this? I don't fucking, and here's the thing, I don't fucking know. I don't know. If I knew, I would try and fix it already. But here's the thing that I am going to try and do. And that's why I'm here ranting on the internet like a train wreck. Because I'm processing. I am buffering. And this is how I buffer. This is how I get these words out of my mouth, because I have to say, check on me. Spend time with me. Ask me to do stuff. Ask me to go out. Nobody asks me to go out anymore. I realize I've been depressed for a while and haven't really left my pajamas, and I have some shit going on. I understand. I get that, but I still want you to ask. I want to go out. I want to go do things. I want people to check on me, because don't let it fool you. I am not the cry every day. Like I'm not. Shit has to be really, really bad. And even then, when there's really, really bad, when things aren't falling apart, but things are still bad, I can handle it. Like, that's the thing. There have been some times in the past few months where things have fallen apart for me, literally fallen apart. And I am having to reconstruct my life and reconstruct who I am and reconstruct everything about what I want for the future and who I am and what I'm going to do. And I have to piece my life and myself back together. And that's motherfucking hard. And when I was feeling those things, I was falling apart. I had no energy. I was on survival mode at that point, but I'm not on survival mode now. I'm not in that mode right now. But that doesn't mean I'm still feeling good. I have good days, but I don't feel, I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair that why do I have to fall apart to ask me if I'm okay? Why? My cat's pissed. She's out the door. I don't think. I don't know. I don't want to think. And I know half of this probably didn't make sense, and it's okay. It was helping me get out of my head. I'm I'm a good person. Your cat is asking if you're okay. Yeah. Fun fact, cats can smell changes in your nervous system when you go into fight or flight. That's probably why she's pissed. But I'm a good person. And yeah, I've said this over and over again. I am strong. I'm resilient. And I have survived some shit. But that doesn't mean I don't need all the other stuff. Don't let the fact that I'm hyper independent mean and make anyone feel like I don't need them or want them or need all the affection and somebody to check in on me. Because I do. I need somebody. I need anybody. I need you to check on me. Because I'm okay. No, I'm going to survive. I'm strong. I got this. I'll figure it out. I'm out of my head. What I mean by that is I'm finally not swirly. It helps. Talking on the internet helps. I don't know why. Maybe because all y'all are, I know probably none of you. And I just need to talk. I need to talk and not have somebody else like trying to give me advice or trying to talk me through it or lead me anywhere. I just need an unfiltered stream of consciousness that comes out that probably doesn't make sense to anyone in the world but me. And that's okay. I think I've been feeling a little unworthy. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. And I wish I could tell you. I've been feeling less than. And I think that the shitty part is like I feel less than because because I'm strong, because I can take care of myself. Like I said in my Twitch live, I was like about the hyper independence. It's this perpetual cycle. We're not going to worry about you because you can take care of yourself. Which in my brain, in my lovely trauma-filled, trauma-scarred brain, I think to myself, well, they're not worried about me and they let me take care of my own shit because I can take care of my own shit. So I'm just getting neglected and I'm not getting what I need because I don't say anything because I don't want to be a burden because because I'm the person that they don't have to worry about because I can take care of myself. And it's this cycle. They don't worry about me. So because I can take care of myself and I take care of myself because I don't feel like I can burden my friends with with any of my feelings or emotions, and so it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Stop this. Stop the ride. I want to get off. I think I'm going to vomit. And yes, of course, there are people out there who absolutely have worse problems than me. But but that doesn't mean that my problems don't matter. I can sit in the corner, fix my own shit. That's it. Sorry, I'm sniffling in y'all's ear. I'm sorry. I noticed that in my videos I like sniffle a lot. But I'm not a damsel in distress. I've never been a damsel in distress, and I don't think it's that even that I want to be a damsel in distress. I mean, I know I was forced to not be a damsel in distress, but however, I have that personality I always have. I don't want to be a damsel in distress. Like I don't. I don't want to be in the tower going, "Oh, somebody rescue me." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna climb down my own shit." Like I got this. Let's hatch a plan. I can rescue myself. I can rescue myself. I can fix myself. And I'm the only one that should be fixing myself. And I'm the only one that could save myself. But I can rescue and save myself. I can do for myself. I can figure my shit out for myself. I can. And I'm really good at it. But what bothers me so much is that people think, and they make this assumption that I don't love them or need them or want their affection because I can do for myself. So they in turn feel like I don't need them, or I'm pushing them away, or I'm distant, or whatever, because I don't need them. Well, no, I don't need you, because that's not healthy. That's codependency, and I don't need you. But I want you. I pick you. I choose you. Like, what doesn't that resonate? Well, what doesn't resonate with that? You are my friend. We are friends now. That I literally make friends that way. I literally look at people and go, I like you. We're friends now. I am that person. A lot of introverts hate that too. When they I like you. We're friends now. And they look at me like, oh God. I wish I were kidding about that, but I'm really not. A lot of people in my life have absolutely been though. We're talking. I like you. We're friends now. I have decided. I choose you. Welcome. Welcome to my wire. Welcome to the ride. I know you didn't ask for this ticket. That worked for us. It did work for us. Actually, no, Sean, we met in a totally different way. That doesn't count. Yeah. Oh, I feel better now. I like that. I don't know why. I don't know why talking on the internet makes me feel better. I think the talk therapy, and like I said before, maybe it's the uninterrupted stream of consciousness, which comes off as a little, and yeah, yes, that is a technical term, but I think it's because I'm not talking to anybody in particular, and I'm not caring about what I say, and I'm not worrying about a response or how anybody's feeling about it. I can just talk, and maybe that's why it's so cathartic for me, is because I can just talk and not worry about how the other person is taking it, or how worry about how I don't care. I don't care. It's just I need uninterrupted stream of consciousness where I verbalize all the swirly thoughts that go inside my head, and the feelings that I'm feeling, and yeah. I feel better now. Not 100%, but I feel not as swirly. And that's what I call it. I call it being swirly. How my thoughts get all tornado. I realize, I understand, and I do know that if I'm having these thoughts and these feelings and emotions, that I need to be honest with the people that are in my life and the people that I care about. And I understand that is something that I need to work on, because my default is to revert back to smiling and trying to anticipate somebody's mood so that I can adjust, and to pretend like everything is okay, as to not upset the apple cart and to not be a burden and be a drama queen. And I understand that that is on me, and that is something that I need to work on. And I understand that that is something I need to work on. So I feel better now. I think I was able to get out of my head a little bit. So I will be back on later on Dondera's channel on Twitch for Dinks with Kinks Live. So thanks for joining me as my brain buffers a little bit. And check on me. If you need instructions here, check on me. Spend time with me. Compliment me every now and then. I think that is the other thing. Ooh, one more rant before I go. That's the other thing. Hyper independent people who, like, people think, oh, well, because I know I'm good looking. I know I'm amazing. I know these things. And that's not narcissism. That's just confidence. And that's something that I am really trying to get a handle on, because I don't really feel that way. But you know what? If I say it enough times, it's going to make it true, right? So people think that hyper independent people don't need compliments. They don't need to be told how amazing they are, because they know that they're amazing, right? Well, yes, we know we're amazing. We know we're good looking. We know these things, but every now and then we would like to be told those things. Unsolicited, unwarranted, and without not unwarranted. Of course, it's definitely warranted. Like unsolicited. Yes. Don't make me buy you a plane ticket. People think that independent people, hyper independent people, and people who are they're okay friends. I talked about that on Twitch. That they don't need to hear the things. They don't need to hear how you feel about them or what you think about them. And you may think that, and you may feel that way, and you may think that they already know, but I'm old, you're cute. Thanks. People need to hear. And thank you for the compliment. See, that made me feel good. It's not that hard. Just tell them. And it can be quirky, and it can be funny, and it can be sarcastic, as long as you have that type of relationship with them. Tell them. Just because they can handle their own shit and they can deal with it, and that they're strong and they got this and they're confident about being strong and all that stuff, doesn't mean they don't want to hear that you think that they're amazing, because chances are they don't feel that way. Chances are they're not feeling great at all. Great about anything. They're not feeling great about how they look. They're not feeling great about themselves. They're not feeling great about what they do. They just do it because hyper independent people are doing it to survive. And they put on that nice little mask in that shell because that is what they do. That is how they cope. They pretend like they're okay. Some people self-isolate and retreat into their shells and And some people break down and cry, and some people just go all damsel in distress, but I call it being the evil queen. I call it, like, turtling is where you go in your own shell and hide, and then the damsel in distress is she breaks down and cries because her I don't know, her lace panties are torn. I don't know, but the evil queen is just handles her shit. No one came to rescue her. Bad shit happened to her, and she was like, "Fuck it, fine, I will handle my shit." But that doesn't mean that they feel good about it. They don't. That doesn't mean that they like that. They don't like to be evil, and they're not really that evil anyway. They're just not pretty in pink. compliment compliment your hyper independent friends. Tell them how you feel. Tell them how you feel about them. Tell them what you think about them, because they handle their shit and they take care of it, and they don't bother you with anything because they've got it handled. And not on top of that, they've got their own shit handled and probably can take on half of your shit and do it with a smile on their face. But really, on the inside, they're just like they're trying to make sense of whatever it is. And usually the more hyper independent they get, the more shit that they're handling and organizing and fixing probably is a sign that your friend or loved one is not doing so great. The more shit they try to organize, that's them externally and handle and problem solve. The more problems they're trying to solve and the more shit they try to organize is them trying to solve the problems that are all going on in their head. They're trying to make sense of the world around them so that because nothing is making sense inside themselves. Yeah, insight into, there's a go. In case you didn't know. I've been in my head for fucking days. And it's been fucking shitty. And I'm saying this again, and I'm saying it over and over and over again because I know I have to say it. I have to say it because today was really bad, was a really bad day for me in the fact of my coping mechanisms. Because today I pretended like I was okay, and I pretended like I was okay on a level that was toxic and not okay for me. And ironically enough, that used to be my normal. Pretending like at that level of pretending like I was okay, and then justifying and trying to explain away the negative thoughts in my head. And instead of dealing with them, and instead of being honest. And so that's what made me realize, this is why I'm on today, is that's what made me realize is that I have to say the words. I have to put the mask down. I have to let go of that mask and say, I am not okay. I'm better now, but I haven't been. So I'm going to go to Geek Fest tomorrow because I can, because I want to. I'm going to go be geeky tomorrow because I need out of the house. I need out of the house. I need to laugh, and I need to spend time with my friends, and I need to be a geek, and that's okay. And yeah, and I'm going to stream on Sunday, and I'm going to do my 2 podcasts, and it's going to be fine. And it's going to be great. And I'm going to stream tonight, and we're going to talk about some weird, not weird, different. I'm actually very curious about some of this. So anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I hear my children. They have gotten home. I better go.